All right, from season 4, episode 2 starts off with Sophia telling Kenny that her father is dead. They show Elgin and Boyd, and Boyd is telling them, "I wish you would tell somebody else about this, or tell somebody about what happened." He was telling them, "Don't if you say something, I'm gonna tell them you killed that lady in the greenhouse," and basically he was threatening them. Now he was getting on my nerves too, but I mean, I felt a little bad for him. Then they show Boyd going outside, and he uses binoculars and he sees that hanging from the hotel sign. Everybody thinks it's Jim. So they tell Ethan and Julie to go to the barn and leave while they check it out and see what it is. It turns out to be an animal. However, when Julie and Ethan get to the barn, this was so cruel. They open up the barn and it's Jim hanging and gutted. Crazy. And then there's a note there: knowledge comes at a cost. Um, Kenny and Sophia bump into Sarah, and Sarah tells them about Jim. And so Sarah ends up taking Sophia to go get new glasses. Those two paired up has got to mean something's going to happen. So Jade, he tells Kenny, I think Ellis was there, Kenny, Ellis, and Boyd. He was telling them about the whole Ankui thing. And so they're listening, and Boyd tells well, he asked Jade, like, if you guys have been coming back here over and over again, and you're supposed to, how do you save someone that's already dead, or something that's already dead? And Jade said, I'm working on it. And Boyd was like, work harder. Boyd is no nonsense, okay? I forgot all about Randall, but Julie gets Randall to help her. She wants him to come back to the ruins with her, and he does. She tells him about her dad. Tabitha's still in the barn. She's trying to clean off the sign, the message. Jade walks in. She really doesn't want to hear it from Jade. She doesn't want to hear anything. She's grieving. She doesn't care about all this other stuff. She's saying maybe we don't even know what happened. Maybe this place is messing with us still. And he says, this shows you that we were right. What happened. We keep coming back, and the knowledge comes with a cost. So he's telling her this sign is telling us we were right. She does not care. She even tells him she wishes it was him hanging from the rafters, which that was cold. Meanwhile, Jacosta's tired of this, and she's gonna take the ambulance and get out of there. Now, I know I said she was getting on my nerves, but I get it. This is only her first, second day, so she is freaked out. So I can give her grace because I get it. She's like, "What is going on?" And it's hard to listen to it with all this stuff happening. So Christy decides to get an ambulance with her. They show Sophia again with Sarah, and she picked up those glasses, and those are the ones she picked, but she's kind of looking at them, so I don't know what that means. Are those the glasses that the man in the yellow had on? I'm not sure, but she's looking at those glasses, and then she puts them back on, and then that's it. So that means something. And there she goes in the ambulance at first, and she's driving really fast, Jocasta, but I was like, why is she driving so fast? But then I went back actually and watched the very first episode, and Boyd was saying something about, I guess that's what happens when people are in denial, and I don't know, I guess they just start driving fast. I don't know, but hmm. Jocasta then tells Christy, she was like, I think, she said, I think that the reason you guys aren't trying to leave is because you think you deserve to be here, and I don't deserve to be here. I'm a good person. Tabitha goes to see Jim after they got him as cleaned up as they could, and she was talking about how much she loved him. And I was like, I mean, I know, now I'm not saying she didn't love him, but weren't they getting a divorce when they first got there? The ambulance is still going. Victor's upset. Victor's dad finds him in the barn, and Victor's upset. And he said, "You shouldn't have come here," like he planned on it. But he said, "You shouldn't have come here." Bad things. I'm probably going to lose you too. Randall and Julie are at the ruins, and she tells him, she wants him to help her get out once she gets in, and she was like, "Go, I want you to go first." And he was like, "Why?" And she said, "I just go first." I'm like, I'll be like, So he goes first, and he's like, "Okay." And she said, "I just wanted to make sure the same thing won't happen to you when you come in to get me." So she goes through, and she's at the point where of the story where her dad is in the RV when her dad Boyd and Donna had to spend the night in the RV. That's where she is. And she sees her dad, and she yells out, "Dad!" And he gives a look. I'm gonna go back and see if that actually, if that happened when it was show when they showed us when that aired. Like, did he hear Julie at that point? But anyway, so she runs out to him, and then that crazy lady comes. One of the crazy people of the town come and attack her. She's lying there like having a seizure, it looks like, and Randall's trying to figure out if he should go in and get her or not because she promised him to give her a minute no matter how bad it looked. So he does, which is crazy because he doesn't know how long he's supposed to wait. Here's that crazy lady choking her, and then she turns into like one of the creatures. Randall runs and gets her out. Thank goodness. She's all panicking. She's like, "I saw my dad. I need to go back." And he's telling her to calm down. He's trying to stop her from going back right now. Jacasa's still driving in the ambulance, and then they happen to see Ethan walking. And I don't know how he's hiding, but they saw him. So they had those stop sticks out for the van, and Boyd, the van stops, and Boyd is pissed. He arrests Jocasta. She's not fighting it. I guess maybe she's finally starting to realize. And then Ethan, okay. I gave Ethan a hard time because of the whole how child actors kind of bother me. But the children in here, and I'm counting Julie. Julie and Ethan are the only two people who are being productive at this point because Julie went to the ruins because she wanted to find her dad or see if she could save her dad 'cause she remembered because of what happened. And then Ethan went to go get the radio. Both kids are, you know, so I got to give it to them because everybody else is being crazy except Jade. So when Ethan comes out of the RV, he sees his dad, and he walks up to his dad and gives him a hug. And Jim is looking. I don't know. Is he one of those what is it, story walkers or whatever? Because he just seems out of it, and he keeps looking around. And he keeps hearing things. This is very interesting, this part. And so he tells Ethan. He said, "Remember when we first got here, and you had a dream about uh, tear the tear rivers or something like that." And um, he told him Lake of Tears, that's what it was. And he told him he needed to go back there. I'm like, ooh, what's that about? So I did when I went back to watch the first episode. They were in the RV, and Julie was telling the story with these little toys that Ethan had, and one of them got killed, and she was like, "Oh, the monster's claws are too deep. You died." And I'm like, ooh, that's kind of like what happened to Jim. And then she said something about the Lake of Tears. So very interesting. So that has to be, since Julie is a story walker, I'm sure that means something. So Tabitha finds Ethan, and he says, "Dad was just here. Dad was just here." And so she gives him a hug, and it then goes off there. But this is getting good, y'all. I'm gonna go back and finish the first episode because I started it, but I didn't finish it. I'm gonna go back and watch that, maybe the second. I feel like I should rewatch everything to see what I missed or what ties into what. But yeah, I'm into the season.